Okay, I just wanted to talk a minute about the practice test. It's pretty self-explanatory, but just a couple of the things that maybe need just a little bit of explanation when you're choosing the best measure of center, mean, median, or mode. Remember that a median is anything, whoops, I spelled salary wrong, but a median is anything that may have an outlier. Salaries can always have an outlier. Things that you normally would just average, you think about averaging grades, averaging bills, those are the kind of things that would be a mean. And mode, think of mode as mode can be anything that's, nominal, ordinal, interval. Any of those can also be mode. Make sure you know your formula for mid-range, max plus your min divided by 2. Make sure you bring your calculator with you on Friday. I'm not going to be there on Friday. So make sure that you bring your calculator with you. I won't have any that I can loan out. So also make sure you know your formulas there. Okay. We did this in class. There's also a video about finding mean of a frequency table, one variable stat with list 1 and list 2. So you can practice that. Standard deviation of all 30. If it says all, they're looking for sigma instead of S. And sigma is your population standard deviation. So you'll have both available when you do one variable stat, but give the population standard deviation instead of S. Okay. This data set, put it all in list 1. Do your box plot. Be sure to label your box plot when you do it. You can do that by doing trace. So label your box plot. This part here with finding your z-score, there's a video with box plots, and you may want to go back and watch that whole thing. I didn't talk about this much, if any, in your class. It's not going to be on the test, but it is in the homework. Formula for z-score is your score minus the mean over the standard deviation. It's how far your score is from the mean. So 100 minus the mean over the standard deviation. 100 minus the mean score divided by the standard deviation is 3.5. That means 100 is 3.5 standard deviations above the mean. That is way above the mean. That's way higher than their usual number of points. So I want to know if it is unusual. You have a definition for unusual. And the definition that we're going to use is if something is more than 2 standard deviations above or 2 standard deviations below the mean. 100 is 3.5 standard deviations above the mean. So, yep, it is unusual. Okay, everything else here I think is old. Arby's and Burger King, find your mean and standard deviation. Arby's is faster, it varies more. You could go back and find the coefficient of variation if you wanted to see how much Arby's does vary more than Burger King. You could, you don't have to. I think the coefficient of variation is just going to be a bonus on the test Friday. Okay, this is all from chapters 1 and 2. You can go back and review your definitions, individual, sample population, sample mean, population mean. Make sure you know your definitions, nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Everything about this study is bad. You can read all the different things about it that's bad. Okay, that is pretty much it.